delighted to welcome you to this webinar series on Automate to Accelerate Progress. This webinar is on how to use TCAT for assurance. I'm C. Abdul Rafiq, Managing Director of Windsor Infotech Limited. In this webinar, we will be covering the key features of TCAT, which is an add-in software to MS Excel, where you can export the data of masters and transactions from Tally to MS Excel in a few clicks. These are the learning objectives. First, we'll understand why we need to use TCAT for assurance. Second, we'll learn how to use TCAT for assurance. Third, we will learn what are the key audit tests which can be performed using TCAT. Four, we'll look at the demo of the key audit tests which can be performed using TCAT. I would like to spend probably 10 to 15 minutes on giving you the concepts and the overview of the key features of TCAT, and spend more than 30 minutes on giving you a demo so that I can demonstrate and show to you the powerful features of TCAT. This is a quick overview of myself. I believe as chartered accountants, we should be self-sufficient with self-confidence. That's what I call as Atma Vishwas se Atma Nirbhar. I was in practice for quite some time, and then I started my own company, and I have been devoting exclusively my time on developing technology solutions for CAs and CXOs. This gives you a quick background about myself. I passed my CA in 1985 and CISA in 1995, and I have special expertise in data analytics, business intelligence, and COBIT. I've also been a trainer on COBIT, data analytics, and also a member of the 12-member team which made COBIT. This is a vision of a company. We aspire to be a global leading solution provider in data analytics for empowering professionals to realize the potential by applying thought to technology. This is a strategy. We achieve our vision mission by developing innovative software solutions which empower CAs and CXOs to harness the power of technologies and to harness the power as knowledge workers. Our approach is very simple. We believe in deploying system solutions for scaling up services for empowering you so that you can serve your clients in a shorter time with greater value addition and with higher use of technology. Our solutions are made for the new age digital auditor. Our objective is to see that you learn how to future-proof your career and accelerate your growth. This is our resolve for our clients for 2021 and beyond, is to make insightful analytics simple. Let's get started with the first learning objectives. Why use TCAT for assurance? We are living in an increasingly digitized world, and most of the business operations are automated. And one of the first operations which is automated is an accounting. The era of manual accounting, I think, is long gone. And you know, in India, most of the accounting softwares are used for accounting, and Tally is the most popular and widely used accounting software in India. Now let's look at the problem statement. How can we dynamically interface to Tally to get the required data into MS Excel? We know that we are living in an emerging economy where digital commerce is playing a pivotal role and is in some spheres overtaking the physical commerce. In such an era where all the transactions right from initiation to their completion happen digitally, the transactions are captured, let's say, by the e-commerce service provider. For example, let's say Amazon or Flipkart or any other service provider. The seller, who might be your client on Amazon, gets the data in Excel format, which can be downloaded from Amazon stores, and he would like to maintain the accounts in Tally. Now, is it possible that you can take the data which is downloaded in MS Excel and directly add it into Tally, or the data which is available in Tally, can you export it in a structured manner? Now, the challenge is how to get the data from Tally, and the data could be pertaining to the masters of the data or the reports, so that you can do further analysis in MS Excel, and you can also do reporting. Getting data from Tally into MS Excel for further analysis is the big challenge due to the formatting issues. I'll show you a little later what are the issues we face when we export data from Tally to Excel. The data exported to MS Excel from Tally takes time, and even after further analysis may not be suitable for further analysis, as there will be formatting issues. For example, the date may not be the date format. Similarly, the numbers which are there may not be in the numeric format. And quite often you find, let's say a transaction has got 3 rows. For the first row, the date and the voucher number is given. After that, the date and voucher number is not given, so you cannot apply the filter and find out what are the transactions which happened based on a particular criteria. What are the format in which data is available in Tally? Now, Tally has its own database. They say it's a proprietary database and it is not exposed. Whatever Tally exposes to the outside world is through the ODBC and through the SOAP request. All the master transactions are available through ODBC, which means you can export, let's say, the master balances. At the macro level, the master balances, you can export using ODBC. As far as the vouchers are concerned or transactions are concerned, you can only get data from Tally by using the reports of Tally or in XML format. By exporting XML format, it also gives you an Excel format, but quite often you find there will be issues of formatting when you get the data in Excel. So what are the key to access the data from Tally? Which means, how do you get this data? This data could be pertaining to the masters or could be pertaining to the vouchers or transactions. How do we get this data from Tally into MS Excel in a structured format so that we can do further analysis using MS Excel or any data analytics software? This is where our solution TCAT comes into the picture and plays a major role. You can dynamically interface with Tally to get the masters, transactions, and reports from Tally to MS Excel in a structured format, and this can happen in a few clicks without using TDL or any other ODBC feature. Now, this is why we need to use TCAT. When I start showing the demo, you will see what is the power of the software and how easy and simple it is to use the software. Now, let's look at the second aspect, how to use TCAT for assurance. So we know that using TCAT, we can dynamically interface and get the data from Tally. Now, these are the salient features of TCAT. It supplements the simplicity of Tally with the power of data analytics of MS Excel or any other data analytics software. Who can use? Any audit or accounting professionals, CXOs or compliance managers, anybody who has to do analysis of the data of Tally can use TCAT. How to use? It's very simple. You select the specific menu or the functions to import the relevant info into MS Excel. This could be pertaining to the masters, this could be pertaining to transactions, or this could be pertaining to specific reports. When to use? Whenever you want to extract specific or all the information in a structured format for analysis in MS Excel, this is where TCAT could be useful. What are the 5 simple steps for using TCAT? First, open Tally and select the company and set the period for which the data is required. This is very important. Be very clear about what is the data for which you want and select the company which you want. Second, identify what is the specific master or the voucher data which you want to import from Tally to Excel, which means you should know what is that you want. For example, let's say you want to export daybook transactions or cash book transactions or bank transactions or specific ledger transactions. Then once you are clear about that, open MS Excel and click on the TCAT tab. And then you can use the specific functions of TCAT to get the required data into MS Excel worksheets. And once you got the data, you can review the data which is available to you in MS Excel worksheet and analyze as required. So you see the steps are very, very simple. You open Tally, be clear about what is the data you want, go to TCAT, identify the specific tab and get the data and then analyze. Now let's come to the key audit tests you can perform using TCAT. So we said the primary benefit of using TCAT is you can export the masters and data of vouchers from Tally to MS Excel in a few clicks. So if you look at here, Tally has its own proprietary database. Now from Tally, using TCAT, you should be able to get the masters or the vouchers to Excel. Now these are the panels which are available in TCAT. You have the configure panel in which you have various menus. This gives you a brief overview of what you can perform. It displays the option to open Tally, create company info, and to perform some of the key functions in the background. You have the document panel where you can create file info. You can have a log of Excel files, activities, and it also provides you sample data and checklist. The profile panel gives you the displays, gives you the option to display masters from Tally. It could be pertaining to company, accounting, inventory, cost center, compliances, and payroll. And also there are options for ready-made queries for specific master info. Similarly, you have the accounting panel, which displays the transaction accounting based on the selected criteria. It could be pertaining to ledger, vouchers, cash, bank transactions, and master data of accounting from Tally. You also have similarly for the inventory, cost center, payroll. You also have various types of registers which can be extracted from Tally to MS Excel. Registers could be pertaining to sales, purchase, and journal. And you can also extract various types of security and control features, reports, which are available in default in Tally. And this can be done in a few clicks. I'm going to give you a quick demo of all these features as we go on and show you how you can do analysis or audit using these features. You also have the tools panel, which help you to enable or disable the modules or the panels which you want to use or say workbook. Now, this gives you a quick listing of the functions which are available in TCAT. Now, as I said, if you remember the configure panel, now these are the functions available, open Tally directly from here. The advantage of opening Tally through TCAT is there could be multiple companies. You can select the default directory or the user specified directory, and you can open one or multiple companies at one shot. You can also add the company info, which means whatever worksheet you're working on, you can enter the name of the company, and this will be added as the header for the printing. So it means it becomes a part of the documentation. There are various types of reports, and some of the reports, especially for extracting the information, may take a long time. In such a case, there is also a feature called run in background. You can run in background so that the report will run in the background and you can continue to use MS Excel. And once the report is ready, the information will be shared with you and you can open that report. Similarly, in the documentation, you got Excel log, activities log, test data, and rerun, refresh, and index. I'll show you these functions. Similarly, in profile, you got the general info, master info, and queries. Then in accounting, you got transactions, ledger vouchers, bill-wise transactions, cash transactions. All these are functions. Now you see this document is also available online. So this gives you a complete overview of the software. So at one glance, you'll be able to know the complete features of the software. It gives you with the brief description. Similarly, you have the trial balance. You have the day book in which you can get various types of transactions. You have the trial balance, and there are various types of trial balance available. And then you have query masters where you can query based on a list of ledgers or voucher types, ledger groups, group configuration, etc. You also can get reports pertaining to inventory. This could be pertaining to transactions or the stock summary, or pertaining to the stock items. You also have reports pertaining to the cost center, and you also have reports pertaining to the payroll. And then you have the sales registers, which I told you. It could be pertaining to the sales. In sales, it could be vouchers, extract or columnar. You also have purchases, vouchers, extract or columnar. Or you can also have the journal, vouchers, extract. Then you have the analyze panel, where you can do a ledger scrutiny, where you can extract all the reports pertaining to ledger scrutiny. And then you have exceptions, ratios, cross-tab, and spark lines. These are various types of reports that are available. You can also get statistics pertaining to the users which are there in Tally. And you also have a relative size factor and repeated transactions. You also have utility functions such as patterns, where you can identify or validate the patterns. You can also validate the GST. And then I said the tools. These are the complete list of all the features which are available. Before I go to the demo, let me take you to the website. Now, if you go to the website wincat.com and then click on TCAT, this is the menu, this is the panel which is open. Okay, now if you see, you'll be able to get a complete view of what is there in TCAT, why use TCAT, what are the salient features. You also got videos pertaining to the webinars which are there. You also have various presentations which are made. You also have some user presentations which have been made at various forums. This gives the overview. Now, if you come to the intro page of TCAT, this gives you the basic information about what is TCAT all about, which I covered in the presentation. Next, you have what is TCAT? This is also nothing but images of what are the key features of TCAT. So all this presentation image making today, these key features are already highlighted here. Let me come to the key features. Now, if you look at the key features, this gives you the list of the key features which are available in TCAT. Here we have selected some key features. What is it possible through this TCAT? Next, let's come down. You can go through this website to get an idea about what are the features which are available. Now, let me show you the functions. These are the functions which you talked about. This PDF file what I showed you is already available online. You can glance through it so that you can get an idea about the complete list of all the functions which are available in TCAT. So if you want to ask a question, is this feature available? You can quickly go through this. You'll be able to get an idea from this PDF file, what is possible, what are the features and what is possible. So this will give you a complete synopsis of what are the functions and features of TCAT. Now you'd like to look at some use cases of who are the users and how they're using it. You'll be able to get this reference from the use cases. I'll also cover this a little later with some specific cases. This gives you an overview of what is the need and what is the process they followed and what are the benefit they got. There are about 4 to 5 use cases which are given with specific examples. So what I'd like to now focus on is give you a demo of how to use these powerful features of TCAT, because this is what you're fundamentally looking at. Let's look at the first use case. CA firm providing assurance services wishes to implement standard audit program with detailed audit procedures for the clients who are using Tally. Okay, this is the process they follow. The CA firm used TCAT to export all the masters with configuration and perform profiling at a manager level to identify exceptions and specific areas for review. The audit manager with the audit staff reviews all the masters and the configuration settings for all the modules export from Tally to profile the data and to guide the audit team on specific or detailed audit procedures to be performed. Now you'll also see what are the benefit. So you're able to implement standard audit procedures and from a risk management perspective, and you know exactly you're directing the staff on what are the areas on which they have to focus on, because you're doing a macro level review and then you're able to identify what are the issues they need to focus on. So let's have a quick demo of how to export this masters. Let me come to the software. I've already exported some data. So what I'd like to do is, let me show you some Excel data. Now, if you see here, I'm talking about the issues in Tally. Now, this is the reports we have got. Now, let me come to the daybook from Tally. Now, when you export from Tally, this is the format in which you get the daybook. Now, if you see here, you got conveyance. First row has got the date. Now, it becomes difficult for me to filter this information. Let's say in this case, I delete this row and apply the filter here. Now the filter is applied here. So now let me remove the filter and then specifically select this row and then apply the filter. When I apply the filter here, now look at this. Now it becomes very difficult to extract this information because there are blanks here. I'm not able to get this information. Now I need to use fill from above and fill up all these columns, and then I have to do the analysis. And then you find the one part of the transaction is here, second part of the transaction is here, and there are blanks in between, and the voucher number is also available. So it becomes difficult for me to do, let's say I want to do a pivot table or do any filter, it becomes very difficult to do this information, do the analysis using this data. Now let's look at the same data which is extracted from TCAT. Now see here, the data, as I said, is organized in a structured fashion. So you have the transaction number, you have the voucher date, the ledger name, voucher type, voucher number, debit, credit, transaction type, party ledger name. And now in this case, they also have the cost category and cost center. They have 4 types of cost category and cost center. All the details are given and are available in a structured format. Now, once you've got this data, you see it becomes very easy for you to perform various types of analysis. For example, you'd like to pick up all transactions pertaining to, let us say, 2019, and you'd like to look at only pertaining to January. Let's say I remove 2019 I select, 2080 I remove, and 2019 also, I would like to look at only transaction pertaining to March. See, I'm able to get all the transactions pertaining to March. Now in this, I want to look at all the transactions pertaining to the journal entries which they passed in March. So I just go to journal here. I can filter based on the journal. Now I'll be able to pick up all the transactions which they passed in March. And I'll also know which of the cost category, cost center it applies. I want to further analyze and look at all the transactions which are beyond a particular value, greater than or equal to, let's say, 50,000. So I'm just showing you the benefit of passing getting the data in a structured format and then using Excel, the features of Excel which are all familiar to analyze the data. Not only this, once I got the data in this format, I can also use a data analytics software. For example, we have a data analytics software called ECAT. I can use the software and do further analysis as required. Okay, you can watch other webinars where I cover the features of ECAT Enterprise. Here, I'd like to focus only on TCAT. So this just to show you this is how I can do. Now, once I got this data in this particular format, let's say I'd like to filter this data, sort this data. See, now I'm able to sort this data. I'll get to know at one glance, I'll be able to know for the journal entries of March, what are the transactions which are the highest and the lowest. I can sort this. Based on this, I can apply the criteria. So it becomes very easy to analyze. Now, in this case, I want to further pick up all the transactions which are pertaining to, let us say, salaries. Now, if you see here, these are all the transactions pertaining to salary. There is only one transaction pertaining to salary. So I want to pick up pertaining to, let's say, consulting charges. So the professional consulting charges, I want to pick up all the professional consulting charges which they have accounted in the month of March. So this what is the power of this software. Once you get the data in a structured fashion, which means you can analyze in any way you want. Now, for example, let's say I'm doing a cost category analysis. I'd like to know, okay, what are the information, what are the expenditure base for the administration? Because I want to analyze whether the administration expenses are within a particular rate. Now it gives me all the information pertaining to the sub-program administration. Now I got this amount. I would like to pick up all the debits. There could be possible some of the transactions don't have a debit. So in that case, I pick up this information. Now I see at one glance able to know what the total amount spent on administration by this NGO, and then it's supposed to be within a particular percentage. I can do this analysis at one glance. And I want to know this particular expenditure based on a particular region. I can also further filter it and say, I want to pick up for Bangalore, I can do this. This I did for March. I can do it for the full year data also once I got the data. So it means once you get the data in a structured format, then you are the king because you can analyze in any way you want based on your specific requirement. So similarly here, I've got the day book without the cost category or cost center. Now, if you see here, what is the number of transactions? We have about 7,528 rows of transactions, and all these are extracted in a few minutes. I'll give a demo a little later of how you can do this. Once I got this, as I told you, I can pick up the transactions of each of this category depending on what I want. Not only that, can I apply a pivot table? I've just done this here just to show you. I can do a pivot table on this particular data. I wanted to pick up, let's say, what is the payment as per the donor, receipt as per the donor. I'm going to pick for each donor what the debit and what is the credit and what is the net balance. Similarly, I want to do, let's say, pivot table based on the donor. This is what I was talking about. I can also do further analysis based on only bank and cash transactions. I want to do analysis based on bank and transactions. Can I do a pivot table on this? Yes, I can do the pivot table based on these transactions. What are the number of rows? We have about 6,556 rows. Okay. Now let's say I want to do a pivot table for this. It's very simple. I go to say this one. I say insert pivot table. It's already picked by default. I say do it in a new worksheet. I got this data. Now I want to do based on the ledger name. I got the ledger name and I want the debit and the credit. Now for each of the ledgers, I'm able to get the total debit and the total credit. So if I want, I can add a net column and find out what the net balance. This gives me the complete summary, which means I prepared completely the list of all the transactions happened. Now I'd like to have the count of these transactions. I just copy this ledger number again here and say I want the count. Now I've got the count of the ledger names at one glance. Now I'd like to know which ledger had the maximum number of transactions. I can just sort this based on largest to smallest. Now you see here, Citibank, the maximum number of transactions. Salary payable, they got transactions. Cash, I got these transactions. I'd like to drill down and see what are the details of these cash transactions. I just do a double click. You should be able to. I think Excel, I should be able to extract these transactions. Yeah, there is some issue here. I should be able to extract this transaction. Similarly, I got travel accommodation. I can get a complete view, which means I can do a complete ledger scrutiny once I got the data in this particular fashion in a structured manner. This is the beauty or benefit of getting the data in a structured fashion. So I've shown you demo of the daybook. Let me show you one more report. Now this is one more famous report pertaining to the masters. Now here already extracted all this report. Now through few clicks, not only few, I'll just show you exactly how many clicks. You'll get an idea. I have able to get all these reports, which means I can get information about the security features which are enabled in Tally. What are the system info? What are the statutory info? What are the license info? What are the category analysis? Professional tax. Now you also it also adds an index sheet, which means I would like to go to, let's say, the cost category. I can click on this and go to the cost category, which means I can navigate to any of these sheets at one glance. What are the inventory, stock items? I can go to any expense ledgers. I can go to all these features at what are the voucher types which are created. I can go to any of this report quickly using the index sheet linkage. Now, in this case, I want to know whether they're set bill-wise for which of the ledgers for which bill-wise is set. Here I can get to know by saying, yes, I know which are the ledgers for which they're set the bill-wise. I want to know which are the ledgers for which they're sent cost center. I'll be able to get this information from here. Okay, which means this you're getting directly from Tally, which is exported here and is available to you. You want to know what are the voucher types which have been created, what are the numbering they're following, what are the last number. Everything I can get at one glance by exporting the masters. So this is what I said, you can export all the masters. These are all the ledger groups which are there. Now here we have got the most important thing, which is the list of all the ledgers. Now here if you see, I got the list of all the ledgers. There are about 880 ledgers. And for each of this, I can also filter and find out which ledger belongs to which category. For example, I want to pick up all the ledgers pertaining to cash in hand. I can pick up that information. They got only one cash in hand. Now let's say I want to pick up all the accounts which are under sundry debtors. I'll be able to pick up this information at one glance. I can do analysis. I can get an idea about what are the transactions which happened during the year. And based on this, I can export the information for my reports as required. These are the company features which are enabled. By just getting the Tally data, you can do all this analysis sitting at your office. And based on this, you can prepare your audit program and tell the staff what is that they need to focus on. This is what I was talking about, the trial balance. This is the trial balance which is available. The data is sanitized. That's why we removed replaced some of the original data with some characters. Now this is the trial balance. Now if you look at the trial balance, I got the ledger name, the parent, primary group, opening balance, etc. Okay. Now let me close and show you exactly what is available. I'm closing this report. Now I've shown you this. What I'd like to do is, I'd like to go to Excel. It looks like closed Excel. Let me open Excel. Let me open the ledger vouchers. I hope you got an idea about what is possible through this. Now I've also opened Tally data. Now if you see, this is the Tally company which I opened. Now let us do DSS. Now this is the data which I opened. This particular company has got about 497 transactions. Now this gives you a summary of all the report, and this for the financial year 2019 and 20. Okay. Now this is the company's data which I'm going to use for the purpose of analysis. Before that, let me show you some of the reports. I had already exported the data. So this is the daybook data which I've got. Now from Tally, I've already exported this data. If you see here, I've got the daybook which is exported from Tally into MS Excel in a structured fashion. Once I got this data, I can filter and analyze in the way I want. For example, let's say I just apply a filter here. I would like to know what are the payment transactions which happened during the year. I just pick up and say I want payment. I'll be able to pick up all the transactions which have happened pertaining to payment at this at this place, this one. Now I would like to sort this based on, let's say, debit. I just go here and say I want to sort it based on debit. Now here I know, okay, the funds transferred to DFS. So I'll get at one glance, I'll be able to know all the transactions which have happened in this. Now I want to apply further filter and pick up based on, let's say, transactions which are greater than 1 lakh. There are 27 transactions which are there beyond 1 lakh. So this just to show you that once you get the data from Tally into MS Excel, you can use the features of Excel, which you're already familiar, and do various types of analysis based on what you want. Now, I would like to pick up all the transactions pertaining to receipt. I just go here and say I want all the receipts. I can pick up all the receipt transactions, and I can do further analysis, as I said, in the way I want it. Okay, now let's pick up, I want to pick up transactions pertaining to receipts between cash and bank. There is only one transaction which happened during the year. Now this how I can do the analysis. The same information, other interesting feature is I can also extract what is called as the ledger voucher. What is the ledger voucher? Now if you see the difference between the day book and the ledger voucher is, in the day book, you get transactions here. If you see, for each transaction, there is a debit and a credit. Okay. Whereas in the case of the ledger voucher, you find for each transaction, it also gives you the corresponding ledger name. For example, AMC charges for this particular amount, 4,375, the corresponding account which was debited or credited was prepaid expenses. Assets insurance, this is also the corresponding ledger name is prepaid expenses. So for each of the transactions which happened, you will be able to get the corresponding ledger name. What is the benefit? Let's say you'd like to look at what are the transactions pertaining to, let's say, audit fee, or let's say bank charges. Okay, you know, these are the bank charges which have happened. What are the corresponding ledgers? For example, I'd like to know what are the bank charges pertaining to Deutsche Bank. So here I'll be able to pick up all the transactions pertaining to Deutsche Bank. So I can analyze in whatever way I want. Let's say I want to analyze a particular expenditure. Let me see. Now let's say I want to pick up the conveyance. Now if you look at conveyance, now here you see corresponding ledger, all these are transactions that are passed for conveyance wave. This is a conveyance which is paid to staff as a regular part of their conveyance. Similarly, I want to pick up pertaining to, let's say, so I'll be able to get a complete picture of what are the type of transactions they have passed. Now let's say I want to look at the interest on car loan. So on interest, now here I picked up conveyance also. Let me remove conveyance. Now here if you see interest on car loan, I get to know for each of the year what is the ledger name, what is the interest on car loan, and what is the corresponding ledger name for which the entry was passed. This is how I can pick up all the transactions. For example, let's say I look at rent. Okay, how many transactions we pass through a journal entry? How many are cash transactions? Okay, so how many are through a journal transaction? I can pick up all this information at one glance. Similarly, I want a sales register. I can also get a sales register by columnar. There's a feature through which I can extract. For example, in TCAD, if you see, I got the sales register columnar. When you go to this particular voucher columnar, I can extract the sales report in a columnar fashion. Let me show you that directly. In the meantime, I'm using Tally Prime, so it takes a little time to validate. Now, if you see here, this is a columnar report which I already got. In this case, what happens is you got the gross profit. It also gives you the gross profit percentage because the software company, they don't have any purchase cost and they're not allocated any purchase cost. Everything shown as 100% profit. If it is pertaining to inventory transactions, now you see this is what I talked about, sales register columnar. This gives you various types of parameters. Based on these parameters, what you selected, it will give you all the transactions with all these additional parameters. So this is another one where the same ledger voucher, I'm able to get columnar wise, which means for this particular AMC, okay, what is the corresponding ledger? This is given in a columnar fashion. So what is the advantage of this? Now, if you look at this, advantage of this is I can actually do a complete ledger. I can get a three-dimensional view of the transactions which have happened for each of the ledgers. I got AMC charges. Now for AMC charges, if I just filter on AMC charges, what are the type of corresponding ledgers which are there? I'll be able to get at one glance. Columnar wise, I'll be able to get this perspective. Now, if I'm doing this analysis, let's say expenditure wise, let's say I'm just picking one case. Let's say I pick up the courier expenses. Now, in this case, there's a very small amount. I think this is not really significant. Let's pick up, let's say electricity and water charges. Now, if you see here, electricity and water charges, at one glance, I'm able to know this particular electricity water charges, the corresponding ledger name is pertaining to ICICI Bank. Now here you find this is also pertaining to ICICI Bank. You find here this has been paid in cash, which means there are two transactions which are pertaining to cash. If it had been, so which means I'm able to know all the electricity charges, whether these are payment or whether it's journal entry passed. Now based on this, I know that 31st March they made some payment. They're not passed any journal entry for the outstanding payment of electricity charges for the financial year 1920. This is another format of the ledgers without the columnar. Okay, next. Let me close this. Let me open. Now let me show you the reports. Now I got this data. Let me quickly show you the reports what I got. I got TCAT. What I showed you so far now, as I told you, you got open tally through which you can open tally. Company info, you can add the company details. This run in background, which means there are reports will take a long amount of time. You can run this, enable this, and based on that, that report will be run in the background. Now this is what some of the utility features. All the Excel functions which are run here, this automatically maintains an Excel log. Not only that, you can go to the file location or you can open the file. Not only that, you can also make a documentation or copy of this particular log. Now you have this activity log. All the activities which are performed in TCAT, this performs auto documentation, which means I get to know what is the function which is used, which is the company, when it was performed, what is the workbook which is used, what is the worksheet which is used, where is this file stored. So this becomes a part of your audit documentation. All the audit tests which are performed, these are automatically documented here as the activity log. Now, if you want to view this in Excel, I just click view in Excel. This will be copied in Excel, and this becomes a part of your audit documentation. Similarly, if you see here, you got test data. This has some sample test data which you can use. Not only that, it also has got frequently asked questions, the tally settings which are required to run the software. You also got some sample data for testing TAN, PAN, GSTN formats. Let's come back to our TCAT. Now, if you look at TCAT here, I've got rerun. This is a very, very interesting feature. When you look at rerun, now if you see here, this gives me a list of all the functions which have been performed, like I told you. Now the beauty of this is now it not only gives you the function, it also helps you to rerun that particular function. What I perform now, let's say 449, I run this function called receivable. I can rerun this function, it will generate the rerun that result once again. Not only that, recently we added one more function called as auto rerun. So in the auto rerun, let's say you generated some reports, you'd like to select these reports and then rerun this particular thing. All this will be rerun at one shot, which means you can also do what is called as a multiple rerun. You can select this and you can do a multiple rerun. It also maintains usage statistics, which are the functions, how many times you use this function. You also have refresh. What does refresh do? Whatever function you performed last time will be rerun again. You also have index. As I said, whatever index sheet is there, it will create an index sheet. Now let me open a new blank workbook and I'll show you some of the key features of the software. Okay, there's one file. Let me close so that we don't get into problem because this. Yeah, now I got a blank Excel file. Now I just want to show you quickly the reports. I've already opened this company. I just want to quickly show you the power of how you can export this report. Now I got this general info. Just look at as a part of the audit documentation. Now you want to extract all this information. This will be analyzed by the manager or the partner. So this will give you, as I told you, the security features which I enabled. Okay, now you have the system info. You have the statutory info of the company. Now this is the license info. I'm running into educational mode to give the demo. You have the company features which are enabled. Based on this, you know what they have enabled, what they're not enabled. Now, you know, based on the need of the company, they have to enable certain features. You can tell them that they're not enabled. You can help them to enable the features. You'll also get the company info. These are the information I got. Let me close this. Now let me open one more blank sheet so that you get an idea. Now I got this information. Once again, I come to TCAT. Now I want to show you master info. Now see, I've got this in master info. I got the list of ledgers, group configuration, ledger groups, expense ledgers. I want to select this and I say, okay. Now you see all this. This is what I said. In the case of Tally, this type of data you can get through SQL. In a few seconds, I got this data, and this data is available in a structured manner. I want to do expenditure analysis. Now I got all the expense accounts which are already categorized in Tally as an expense account, and based on this I can do the analysis. For example, I would like to look at all the expenses pertaining to indirect expenses and look at the pattern. I'll be able to get this information. So I can segregate and pick up all this filter based on the data which is available in Tally. So the beauty is, once you're able to get the data from Tally to Excel, you can use the familiar functions of Excel and do analysis in the way you want. Now you're doing this analysis of indirect expenses. First thing you want to check, are there any opening balance expenses? You just check here, you know that there are no opening balance expenses. Now in Tally, by default, minus means debit. So you'd like to know which are the transactions which you got debit balance. You can apply the filter and pick up this one. Based on the negative, you'll be able to pick up that information. Greater than or equal to, let me say, less than 0. Okay, now this tells me these are all the expenses. Now here, if you see travel expenses 1,43,300, this seems to be a big. Just note down this. We'll do further analysis on this. Now I'd like to analyze this expenditure. Look at, now I have this. I just do the sort. At one glance, I want to know, okay, for example, rent, they're paying 75,000 rupees per month. So 9 lakh rupees what they're paid, which seems to be correct. Depreciation has been computed. Director salary, they're paying 40,000 per month. Office repairs, maintenance. I'll be able to have a quick overview of this particular information and get to know what are the expenditure they have incurred during the year, which means I can do a complete ledger scrutiny for each of the head of account based on what I want. So this, I just gave you one example. You can do it for any type of account depending on your own audit tests or audit procedures. This is what I said, the group configuration, the voucher types which have been created. How is the voucher numbering set? Is it manual or automatic? So you can check this. You can also get information about the ledgers, groups which have been configured. You can also get the complete list of all the ledger accounts. This, now earlier we saw the expenditure. This is the list of all the ledgers. Now I want to pick up all the fixed assets which are available in this account, in this company. I just give fixed assets. I can filter and pick up information pertaining to the fixed assets. Now here I want to pick up only transactions which are available. Now here it tells me these are the fixed assets which have been created during the year. Based on this, I can do the analysis. It gives me the complete list of all the GST related ledgers. Now this is how I can get this information. Now I'm going to do one more analysis. Now I got this TCAT. Now, so far we have seen the master info. We also got the query. For example, you want to do some query where you want to pick up transactions pertaining to opening balance which are equal to 0, or opening balance equal to 0 and closing balance equal to 0. You can pick up. So this means this will give you ledgers which are not used during the year or which do not have any transactions during the year. Okay, or opening balance is equal to closing balance where opening balance is greater than 0. Okay, like that, there are some default queries which you can run. This is on the master data which is available. Now let's come to the daybook which I was telling you. I got the daybook transactions. See, I just click here. I picked by default, it gives the period. I said, I want, now this is another interesting feature. Whenever you get the daybook from Tally, it comes with only the ledger name. I also want the parent name. Okay. Now, just for the purpose of simplicity, I'm removing the narration so that it becomes faster for the purpose of report. I'm just picking, which means for each of the transactions, I'm also getting the parent and the primary group. Now, just see, you can do a complete ledger scrutiny in a very, very interesting fashion, because you will know for every transaction inside Tally, where is it related. When you export the data of daybook from Tally, you will never be able to get this information in this way. Now, this will take certain time depending on the number of transactions, because this has to first generate the daybook. And once it has generated the daybook, now see, we got this daybook. How many transactions is there? There are about 1,350 rows, so it came fast. If there are 10,000 transactions, maybe it will take a little more time. If there are 20,000 transactions, it will take some more time. This is where if there are 50,000 transactions, it may take additional time. So in that case, what is important is you can also run this in background. Now just look at this analysis. This is what I was telling you. I want to do the analysis based on, just I'm using the familiar feature. I'm not using any data analysis feature also. I'm just using the filter, and then I want to pick up, let's say, indirect expenses. I got this indirect expenses. I want to pick up all the transactions pertaining to indirect expenses. Now this gives me completely the total indirect expenses incurred during the year is 31,59,000 rupees. I can just go to my PL and check whether this is the amount. Now I would like to sort this based on the ledger name. I just go here and say sort this based on the ledger name. Now I can do a details sitting in the office. I can just do a quick review and identify the exceptions here. For example, bank charges. What are the bank charges which have been incurred during the year? Okay, what are the depreciation which has been charged, when it was charged? Director salary, when it has been paid. Okay, what are the domain hosting charges? Why did they pay so many times? Okay, what are the electricity, water charges? And why this 35,000 rupees incurred during this particular time? Okay, I can just do a manual scrutiny based on this. Now there is an ex gratia which has been paid. I can note down and put a remark here that this, I can add a remarks column and say this, what is the audit test I want to perform on this, which means I can just identify all the exceptions which happened during the year based on the ledger scrutiny. What are the office expenses? Now I'm just running a distance scrutiny for all these accounts. Now instead of this, let's say I just want to go home and then I say I'll pick up this travel and conveyance. Okay, so I want to do travel and conveyance. Now, if you see here, there could be many transactions. I'm just going to sort this from highest to lowest based on the value. Now you see here, immediately I get to know there is a transaction of 1,25,000 rupees of indirect expenses, and this is passed through a journal entry. Now this definitely is flagged. So I'll flag this transaction. I'll ask my staff to check and see what this amount, because generally the travel conveyance is only about 1,500, whereas here they have passed 1,25,000 rupees. I can do a quick scrutiny to check what this transaction is, or whether it's the exception or what are the irregularity in this transaction. So this is what I said. Once you get the data in this particular fashion, you can do analysis based on what you want. Let's say you're doing a quick sales review. You would like to look at the GST sales. Now this gives all the accounts pertaining to the CGST, IGST. Now I want to pick up only pertaining to, let's say, CGST transactions. Now this gives me all the transactions pertaining to CGST with the debit and credit. Now here I want to pick up only input. I can pick up only the input. So this is how it becomes very easy for me to analyze the transactions based on what I want. Now these are all pertaining to the payments, and these are journal entries. I want to look at only the payments and see what are the payments made for the CGST. I'll be able to pick up all these transactions which are the payments. So this is how easy it is to analyze the data once you have it in a structured manner. Now let me show you one more report which I told you is the ledger vouchers, which I showed you already. Now here I've got the ledger report. Now if you see here, I go to extract. I come to this particular period. Now here I say parent, and here I say indirect. Now I'm going to pick up this indirect expenses. Now when you click this, it will give me all the expense pertaining to indirect expenses ledgers here, expenses here. I say okay. Now the important thing is I would like to do a detailed scrutiny. I can extract this information, which means all these expenses I want in separate worksheet, I can get it here. Or I want this column wise. Okay, so if I get this column wise, you remember what I told you. For each of the expenses, I'll also be able to get the corresponding ledger. Now it's extracting each of the expenses. I can also get this additionally in a separate page, and I can also do a macro level inquiry review. And this is the beauty and the power of the software, that you can get the data in a structured fashion and do analysis in the way you want. Now you see here, I've got all this information. Now if you see here, last time also you remember I showed you this. I apply the filter for each type of expenses. It also gives me the corresponding ledger name. Okay, let me come back here. Let's take this down. Okay, let's come back here. Now this is what I told you. So here, if you got day book, I've got various types of day book. Now similarly, I got the trial balance. The beauty of the trial balance is, let's say I want ledger with groups. Now I want opening balance transactions. I can decide what I want. Now you see, you get the trial balance in a structured fashion. Now through ODBC, there are gentlemen who do a lot of circus to get the data in this particular format. Still, you're not able to get. Here in one click, I'm able to get the trial balance. Not only that, I can do the analysis and decide the format in which I want the balance sheet, which means I can directly link based on this. Okay, there are various types of trial balance. Not only that, if there are multiple companies open, I can get the trial balance for the multiple companies and also do the analysis for the multiple companies. Now here, if you see, there's only one company open. If there are 5 companies open, it will show me all the 5 companies. In that case, I can say I want to append these companies. I can group these companies. I can extract only ledger wise. Like that, I can extract the information and I can also append and consolidate. Now, if you see here, you got append, which means all the trial balance will be given one below the other. You can also consolidate, which means all the companies you can consolidate and get the total picture. Okay, now let me come back to my presentation. This is what I talked about. So this is where you can establish quality audit procedures, standardize them. This gives you the process which you can follow and the benefits you can get. I showed you the demo of the transactions of daybook and the ledger vouchers and the selected ledgers. This gives you another case study where you can get information about the security and control features. Let me spend a few minutes on this. I'll take another 5 minutes. Let's see whether I have this data. Ledger voucher sales register, I've already shown you this. Let me directly, I think instead of showing the report, what I'll do is I'll extract this report directly. Yeah, I got this ticket. Now here, if you see, I got this analyze panel. Now here, I was also told about the sales register. If I want the sales vouchers, I just say I want the sales voucher, I want with the parent. I'll be able to extract this information at one glance, and I want to do a GST reconciliation for all the sales transactions. I can get these details. Whenever you're joining with parent, it will take a little time because it has to do a join with 2 reports and get this information. Now, once I got the data here, now I can do various steps analysis in the way I want. Now, let me come back to the audit control features. Now, if you see audit control features, I got ledger scrutiny. Let me close the Excel sheets which are not required. Okay, so there's a problem, something open in the background. This is the reason we had, yes. This is where we had this report. Now, if you see, these are the type of reports available. This should actually come here in one of the sheets which I wanted. In this sheet, I wanted this report. When I'm giving the demo, there's some issue here, I think, yeah. This is what I wanted to show you. Now I've got this only one report which is available here. I want to extract all this information. Now accounts squared with during the year, accounts not used, accounts with no transactions, accounts used only on current year. I say, okay. Now I see all these reports which are available in the security control features of Tally. You are able to get this. This is how you can stand as an audit procedure. Okay, you extract all these reports, which means the manager sitting in the office first gets the Tally data, does all the scrutiny based on this, and then based on that decides what the audit test to be performed by this team based on the specific irregularities. Now these are the accounts where there are no transactions. This is the list of the overall ledgers. What are the payables? What are the accounts not utilized during the year? What are the accounts only during the current year? Now let me pick up one more here. Now I'm coming to audit. I got exceptions. When I click on exceptions, these are the various types of exception reports are available. I say, okay. Now see all these reports are pointing to the masters. These are reports that are available in Tally, and in Tally it becomes difficult to export. Here we are able to export in a structured manner. Not only that, it becomes very, very simple to use negative ledgers. So you can look at review and check why these ledgers are negative. Similarly, negative stock item, pending receivable, pending payables. Highest and this is very, very important. Highest and lowest transactions, which means for asset insurance, which is the highest value, which is the lowest value. Here itself, if you are able to analyze, if you just sort this, so you'll be able to get a gold mine of information as to what's happened in the company during the year. ICICI Bank, we know that the transactions could vary. Input CGST, SGST. Now the direct transactions varies, Muhammad Zahir, from 6 lakhs to 600 rupees. Okay, digital factors, bank charges, it varies from 2,500 rupees to 25 rupees. I can do a complete exception analysis here. Now here, if you see staff welfare, it varies from 240 rupees to 8,799. I can do a complete analysis of all the expenditure at one glance here. You just using this. It also gives me the transactions which happened on a Sunday, overdue payables, overdue receivables, email IDs, addresses, all these things I can get at one glance. Let me show you one more last report. Now, if you come back to audit here, now I got something called ratios. I can also get ratios which are available. Now here it gives yearly because the education version. I can also get monthly ratio. Just imagine the beauty of getting monthly ratio analysis for that particular company and then having a review. This gives you the ratio analysis. Now, if it is monthly, it will give you for each of the months. Just a glance will show you what are the places where there are exceptions. Okay, you can also get statistics. This is what I said. Now, for example, let's say relative size factor. For each type of transaction, what is the difference between the highest and the lowest? And what is the ratio? For example, travel expense. You remember I told you about this? The average is 11,000 with the highest is 1,25,000 rupees. Okay, this is where I can find out all the exceptions at one glance. Okay, so let me come back to my presentation. I've just given you a quick overview of what are the key features which are there in TCAT. So you see most of the software. Now, do you think it's very difficult to use? Very, very simple to use. So let me close another 2-3 minutes. Okay, this is what I talked about. Export registers from the reports panel. So you can export the reports pertaining to various panels. So the beauty is you can do more in less time by using TCAT and MS Excel for data analytics. The tally data you can get in Excel. Once you got the data in Excel, you can do the analysis using Excel or any other data analytics software. To sum it up, what is TCAT? It's an automated solution for exporting data from Tally to MS Excel in a few clicks to perform further analysis as required. This is broadly what I wanted to cover in this particular presentation. I hope you got an overview of what is possible through TCAT. So if you got any queries, you're welcome to email us and we'll be happy to respond to your queries. Now, there are various other reporting software which are available. Now, in that case, what they do is they have features where they can give you information extracted from Tally based on what they think should be the audit. In our case, we believe you are the best person to decide what is that you need to do. So we just give you the detailed information based on what you have. So I'd like to stop sharing the screen. So if you got any questions, we'll be happy to take the questions. So thank you very much for joining this webinar. This webinar will also be recorded and will be available. So if you would like to share this with your staff, you can also share this. We'll be happy to respond to your queries. Thank you very much and bye.